Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the fourth Aston Villa podcast with me and my mate Mitchell. How's it going, Mitch? You all right?
Yeah, not bad, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not bad either. Well, we won. It ended 1-0. Aston Villa beating Leeds 1-0 at Ellen Rose. The game started with Grealish still missing, and Barkley and Louise were put to the bench with Ramsey and Nakamba filling in for them. The first 5 minutes, El Ghazi scores a pretty good goal after a good reaction. Watkins scuffed the shot, and it sort of El
Well,
Ghazi
I,
did very well.
I
You
say
sent him
pinpoint
across,
pass. I say
pinpoint
pinpoint
pass.
pass. Pinpoint
Uh,
pass from Watkins straight to El Ghazi. One touch, turn, finish. World class.
a scuff
Straight off the
shot.
training pitch.
Yeah,
Straight off the
exactly.
training pitch, mate.
Bielsa didn't clearly wasn't spying on our training ground anywhere near enough,
No,
but he will saw
that's
that
it.
coming.
He would have saw that.
Yeah, exactly. Apart from that, really, not much happened throughout the game. It feels like since we started this podcast, every game's been pretty boring.
Yeah,
It
it
has been,
has.
yeah,
Really bad.
and the wins we've had in the last five or six games have all been 1-0, and we've scored early and just defended
Yeah.
well. So from a defensive point of view, I'd say we played better than Leicester easily. However,
Yes.
again, it feels like it was more of the opposition not taking the chances and not really creating anything. Leeds,
No, I think
for my memory, had one chance, which was straight at the keeper in the first
Yeah, I
half.
think Leeds bossed possession for the majority of the match. They had a lot of the ball. They had a lot of forward momentum. They had a lot of chances to create chances, should I say? Sorry, one behind chances, but they had a lot of time and space in some situations. I think I think the wise decision today to play Nakamba and Ramsey and Mings in the middle, who all are non-stop runners, as you will. Louise does stop running occasionally. Barkley doesn't start running. Um, but yeah, so I think that decision to close down space quickly and not give the Leeds players or their team time to pass, because they work at speed, and if you cut down that
Mhm.
speed and try to make them think about what they've got to do, that's when they struggle.
Yeah, definitely. I think tactically, this match, Smith nails it compared to the last time we played Leeds, where we were bummed off the park,
Yeah.
outrageously so. Whereas this week, this today, shall I say, we did so well defensively. Again, I'd argue that it was more Leeds being poor, but Nakamba had a fantastic game. McGinn, I thought it was a bit iffy at points. Ramsey, I don't really know what he does. He was all right, I suppose, for a youngster, and he did.
Yeah, I
He,
think
he played a role. For me, the most important players were actually Mings and Konsa. I
Mings
thought
and Konsa played very well. I
I
think
thought Target had the worst game he's had all season.
see, I disagree. I think Target, he picked up a yellow card early, which means he can't do his, well, I say he can't, he carried on making those risky tackles and those risky challenges. And to be honest, I think he played really well again. I think because he got that yellow card and because he was playing on the edge all match, he didn't let it affect him. If he needed to go in 100% for a ball, he went in 100%. And 9 times out of 10 today, he won the ball. That he stopped crosses coming in. He cut down spaces. He stopped pass lines. But yeah, I think Target today played well. I can see why you probably thought he didn't play as well, because a lot of it today was positioning. It was keeping your position, keeping structured, keeping disciplined, and that's exactly what they all did. Even El Mohammed. But
Yeah. Well, I'd agree with you that Target's positioning is usually very good, but from your pure fact of he got away with probably a bit, and he was lucky not to get sent off, or at the very least, not lucky not to make a few more mistakes at the very end of the game. That sort of fall over in the box by Bamford. You've seen them given. He looked like he was sort of grabbing shirts and stuff like that. For that reason alone, I actually think Target played poorly for him because I think we've got such high expectations now for him because he's been so consistent. He's been, I would say, our most consistent player this season.
yes, definitely 110%. It'd been because most weeks you get a 9 out of 10 performance, and I personally think today he gave another 9 out of 10 performance. I think he was I think he was great, and I think El Mohammadi was good. He came into the match a bit. First 10-15 minutes was a bit cagey.
Yeah.
First 10-15 minutes, you could tell that he was the weakest link, and he was the one that they were going to try and attack. But once he stomped out their thought of he's the weakest link, that's our way through to goal. Leeds were stuck. They didn't know what to happen. They didn't know what to do. That back four today was one of the most complete performances I've seen a Villa defence play for a very, very long time.
Well, Martinez only had to remake 1 or 2 saves. And
exactly.
For him, that's unbelievable because I think he's second or third most save completion rate in the league.
It was third before today's match, I believe. 84, I think, or something like that. 85, something like that.
Yeah, I imagine Sam Johnson's ahead of him. And
yeah,
I can't think of it. Sam Johnson, just about the West Brom game, Sam Johnston has another great game. And
he did,
normally I'd say he's a big miss because I really liked him at Villa. And we spoke about this last week or the other week. But with Martinez in goal, I miss him a bit less.
Oh, definitely. I think Martinez is just that safe hands behind the back four, let's say. But it seems like he's picked up an injury, which I hope isn't.
Yes.
Which isn't too seriously, hopefully. They gave him some painkillers, like
halfway through the match. Yeah, in like the 70th minute. I've never seen that. I've never seen a player just be given paracetamol halfway through the game.
No,
and then Mings took the goal kick for him.
He carried on, didn't he? He carried on, and it didn't affect him, and he didn't have too much to do, really. But I think, I think El Ghazi, like we said at the top, scored a great off the training field procedure. But no, I think all round, really, the fair result today probably would have been a draw. But I won't moan about it because we got the 3 points. So
this is where I disagree. Leeds did not take their chances. We took our chance, and we didn't really create much as well. But Leeds definitely didn't create much. And football is not just who gets more possession. It's who creates more chances. I mean, I think at the end of the first half, a statistic popped up saying we had 66 passes completed and they had like 180. But we'd had more shots on target and they had only one more shot than we had. So really, I quite like possession football, as you know. But at the end of the day, if you can just defend, hit on the break and win, you're going to do that every single week if you can.
You'll probably never ever hear me say this again. But I think the referee this week had an outstanding game.
Yeah,
I think the referee.
I've seen in a while.
I think the referee today was in control of the game. He didn't give away stupid yellow cards for silly fouls. But then he gave away cards where he should have given away cards. I think the only player on the pitch that got away with stuff was Target. Because when Target made that challenge where he got yellow carded, it was a yellow card offence. Nothing more. Nothing less, and he knew that.
Professional foul, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Then obviously it must have been hard for the ref though to ref today's games with the diving, the cheating that Leeds were doing.
I would say we'll come on to that. I will mention Target also had like a little kick to the leg and dropped and made the most out of it. El Ghazi as well, not long after, also did a bit of rolling around. But
every player on the Leeds team does it.
At the end of the first half, the Leeds player, who was it? Was it Click?
What, the player that dived?
Yeah.
No, Lorente, the centre back.
Lorente, yeah, that's it. I didn't write that down. I wrote that down. Lorente, I wrote that down. That was bad simulation, isn't it, really?
It was like, it looked like he broke his ankle. He was rolling around, screaming in pain. Watkins obviously knows I've not touched you there, and walks over, picks him up, and miraculously he's back on his feet, chasing Watkins around the pitch.
I think
it's ridiculous.
That players should be called out on that far more because that's just deceiving your referee. Normally, if you deceive your ref, you get a card or an after match, you get a fine or something, which is what it was. I think he was very lucky to get away with that at the end of the first half. You
Yeah.
know what Leeds are like when you play them. You know they're often going to
Well,
push the
that
limit.
Hernandez at the end of the match, that Hernandez did it when Target came through him. Fair enough, he came through and his arms were up, and then he's rolling on the floor, holding his head like he's knocked out. The ref comes over, says it's not a foul, and then he gets up.
Yeah.
Nothing's wrong with him. It's like that. He's pretending to have a head injury there, which really should stop the game. Where, like you say, it's simulation. It's simulating a serious injury.
One of my biggest worries is the concussion rule that's coming with making a sub.
Yeah.
One of my biggest fears is it's a fantastic rule to introduce, and it's about time we introduce it because concussion injuries are really bad and really potentially long-term dangerous. But you just know within the next couple of years, or realistically within the next few months, people and players and managers are going to make the most out of it and abuse it because that's what
I think
all is now, abusing the rules that are in place to get an advantage.
Yeah, I think a way around that though, it could be bringing in an independent concussion doctor
rather
that
than
comes
their
on.
physio.
Yeah, rather than their physio, where he comes on. I'm not really concussed. I just I need a breather, or somebody's going to do a better job the last 10 minutes. I'm knackered. Independent person comes on, does the in the eye checks, does what day is it? It's this day. It's this day. Right, you're fine. Carry on.
Yeah, I think that's what will happen eventually, but I do see
it'll have to. But that's once people.
That will only happen as a result of people cheating the system.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. But really, we've covered everything in the game that happened. There was a bit of cheating, bit of diving, couple chances here and there.
A great off the training field goal.
Yeah. I'll come on now I'll ask you, who is your Aston Villa man of the match? And let's just say, if you can think of one, our worst player or player.
There is a worst player.
Is there?
Oh yeah, but I'll start with my man of the match.
Actually, I think I just got it as well with you.
Not sure. I'm not. I don't know if my man of the match is going to be the same as yours, but mine's Nakamba. Nakamba today played a pivotal role in that midfield. He was intercepting, he was putting his foot in dangerous situations, but getting the ball. He even ran with it and made a few passes, which surprised me. But I think, his 110% effort, he was everywhere, and he didn't cause any problems for Aston Villa. He only solved them, and that's why Nakamba's my man of the match. And I'll just go on to my worst player, and then you can crack on. My worst player is Traore. He was terrible. He didn't do anything. He was a passenger for most of the game. He sat and watched. But yeah, there you go.
Okay, well, once again, we actually agree on both of our man of the match and worst player. Nakamba, as you said, best game I'd probably say he's had for Villa, maybe ever. Last season, I can't remember too many because your holding midfielder role is often sort of unsung and you don't really notice them unless they do something wrong. But as you said, today he did everything right. I think he's improved his passing and running with the ball.
Yeah, 100%.
I think he has improved that because that was always his weakest point. Everyone knew Nakamba will run, track, man mark, cover the back four. But as soon as the ball went to him, he'd panic and just hoof it away. A couple of times he made a stray pass, but you know what you get with him. I think it was a great decision to play him ahead of Luiz. Luiz could feel maybe hard done by, but McGinn is still in the team. Even though I think McGinn's played worse than Luiz. But McGinn runs a bit more than he does, as he said earlier.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nakamba, when he's started a match this season, Aston Villa have not conceded a goal, nor have we lost.
Not a single one.
We've not conceded a single goal when he's started, which is I mean, he's not started that many, but even so, when he comes on as well, he's a lot. He brings defensive stability to the team. Sorry, Carol.
I was about to say, I completely agree. I think like you said, the decision to play him over Luiz today against a team like Leeds, where, like I was saying earlier, they're fast-paced, they run and they attack, and that's all they do. They attack.
Yeah.
And so I think him and McGinn, with their effort and their willingness to try and get to every single ball,
and Ramsey
is what stopped them.
I think Aaron Ramsey defensively, he was
Yeah.
always running and he was tracking them and he was doing his job. I do think Ramsey going forwards, I'm not quite sure what he's good at.
No, I'm a
Is he a
bit
ball carrier? Is he a dribbler? Is he a passer? Is he just a box to box similar to like McGinn?
yeah.
I mean, what is he? He's only young. He's only starting. That's his second start in the Premier League for us. So maybe by the end of the season we'll know more. I think Sanson not playing and Ramsey playing.
I think with Sanson, you definitely can see potential. Whenever he's on the ball, his passes go to feet. His like when he's dribbling, he'll draw a man in and then pass it off. I think with Sanson, we definitely need to see him play a full 90 minutes though.
Yeah, or at
And I
least
think
start and then go up to 70 at
yeah,
least. 10,
exactly.
15
Yeah,
minutes isn't enough.
it's not. And with Rams as well, I don't think Dean Smith is really sure on where his best position is yet. But he's a young kid. Experience and time will tell us where his best position is, and whether his best position is wherever it is better than the players we've got or not. That will prove whether he gets into being a starting Aston Villa player or is not. But
Yeah,
only time we'll see.
exactly. Moving back to the worst player, you said Traore. I agree. I think he had a disappointing game for him. You know, we've said before, and every Villa fan will mostly agree with us that he's widely inconsistent. One week he'll put in a fantastic game where you think he's a bloody Messi, and then the next
Yeah,
game he won't do anything for 90 minutes. And I'm
no.
surprised he played the whole game, to be honest,
So am I. And I
because
think
he did a
yes,
whole lot of nothing.
exactly. Yeah, and I think when we are talking about our best players and worst players in the match, I don't think we can go without giving a mention to El Ghazi because we're mentioning a lot of defenders and the midfielders. But in the first half, El Ghazi was the only one
Yeah.
shooting. You can't score goals without shooting. I know it's a stupid saying, but it's true.
It's a
You can't
probability game,
score.
isn't it?
Exactly.
If you have 50 shots, surely one or two or a couple will eventually go in. That's just plain and simple. Watkins was quiet again. I think he struggled without Grealish, and because we're not having so much of the ball, he's not really in. I mean, I can't think of a time actually in the past few weeks where a ball has come into the 6 yard box with Watkins.
No, there's not even been one where he can attack it and he's missed. He's just not getting that service where obviously that's what he was brought in to finish, which I think is a bit worrying though, because Traore is brought in for that.
Mm.
And if Traore is not doing it, we obviously need to look elsewhere again for a starting right winger.
Yeah, I still think, yeah, we both agree. I mean, at the end of the season, we'll do a little video on who Villa should sign in the summer, I suppose.
Yeah.
That'll work because there's a few players and a few positions that we do need to improve or get backups for. And, you know, if we do have European ambitions, which I'm sure the board, they do have, the players we brought in, they do have. Grealish wants to. I'm sure El Ghazi wants to. Sanson would not leave a Champions League team, or at least a team that's constantly fighting Champions League, to be mid-table. So
No.
to improve and build on the foundations we've set out, we will need to improve. But this season, your first 3 years in the Premier League is always about stability, staying up. We did that last season by the skin of the teeth. This season, if we finish 10th, which, yeah, we may finish higher than 10th,
Yeah.
that's a fantastic jump, really. And if we have this jump again next season, yeah, we're fighting for Europe.
Yeah. With the Premier League, especially when you've come in from the Championship, it's about the motion. Like it's about going up, isn't it? It's about getting there, getting in the Premier League, staying in the Premier League, and then building season on season on season on season. Because in the Premier League, if you do take a step back, it's so hard to get back up there again. You've seen it with United over the years. United took a few steps back, and now it's taken them years and years to get back up to where they were. Same as Arsenal. Arsenal have taken those steps back, and they're now trying to get up again.
And then, as well, if you look at the bottom of the table, teams like Swansea was in the Premier League for a significant period of time. They didn't improve on their squad. They went down. Bournemouth didn't improve on their squad, or tried to. It didn't work. They went down. And there's, you know,
West Brom this year. West Brom, all they did in the transfer window was make some of their transfers permanent, but that's still a Championship squad. In the in the winter break, they've signed some players, and that's now why they're starting to look like a team that can win matches in the Premier League.
Yeah. And West Ham have proven as well that you can beat in a relegation battle one year, make a couple of good acquisitions. And, Lingard, I've never really liked him, but he's doing very well for West Ham since he joined.
Yeah,
He might fizzle out and it all go wrong. But they've made Soucek permanent, which is their best signing. Kufal's been a fantastic signing. Craig Dawson, everybody knows he's a good defensive player, and he's really come into it as well now. So it proves that a few signings, which is all we need next season. We don't need 6 or 7. We need 3 or 4, maybe even 2 or 3.
I'd say for our starting 11, we definitely need. I'd probably go for 3. I know we'll talk about this another day, but just quickly, I'd say a right winger, probably a central midfielder, like attacking midfielder, and then
10.
Probably another like a box-to-box midfielder or a defensive midfielder.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I'd argue that we need a right winger, a number 10, because Dean Smith, we played 4-3-3 today, which I do like with Villa. I like that. It works well. It's always worked quite well.
And I did say, didn't I? Before the match we were talking, and I did say that the formation was going to be changing, didn't I?
Yeah,
I did say that
Dean Smith doesn't change. Dean Smith's not, flexible. But I think the only reason we play a number 10 is to fit Barkley in the team.
Yeah.
And I actually think that we don't need it because Grealish and Traore, if Traore is going to be a starter, they both like to drift inwards and they sort of fill the number 10 spot anyway. But I think 4-3-3 is our best formation. And if next season we stick with 4-3-3, then I'll agree with you. Another box-to-box would be great. If Dean Smith wants to play a number 10, then we do need a number 10. But I'd actually say we need competition for Target at left back.
Yeah.
Not first team, but it's vitally important. Because if Target is out for 6 months...
Yeah, we need somebody that can fill his boots, as you will.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway, moving on from that now, we're just going to come to the end of the video, really. Is there any pointers you've actually, say, notes or anything interesting you've written down about the game?
I think, to be honest, it was quite interesting to see the 2 different management styles. So Bielsa made all 3 of his substitutes before the 17th minute. So he made all 3 subs and gave all 3 subs time to impact the match. Dean Smith made all. How many changes did he make? 2.
I can't remember 2. Yeah, I can't remember.
Sanson and Trezeguet, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he made those after the 75th minute, wasn't it? Was it 75th?
I think 79th for Sanson or 79th, right at the end.
Exactly. So I think it was quite good to see the 2 different styles of play as well of Leeds attack. It was a good match to watch, even though it was 1-0. It was quite sitting on the edge of your sofa TV, if you were like.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I've really put down.
Okay, well, I've made one note, and then we'll come on to the preview for the next game. But how bad was that pitch?
Oh yeah, the pitch was terrible. I've played on better Sunday leagues pitches than that.
We both have, mate, and we're playing some box.
It's terrible. I think they paid £300,000 for that. Was it? I don't know. I saw some rumours saying that that's the pitch from the old White Hart Lane. That's it. I heard that that's the pitch from the old White Hart Lane.
They should get a refund.
100%.
Because for starters, you look at the pitch on TV. Most Premier League pitches, pure, beautiful green, threaded perfectly. Because pitch management is a skill, and I know a ex-Aston Villa heads groundsman, and he says that you have to be on that pitch all day, every day, maintaining it to make sure it looks the best it can be. When he was the head groundsman of Villa, Villa won awards for our stadium, for our pitch. He needs to be going to leagues and Ellen Roads and giving them a few tips and a few pointers. And first of all, saying, 1, stop soaking it so much, everyone's slipping over. And 2, wide for holes everywhere before the game's even started. You're playing a lot of games, yeah, but in general, you've still got a week to maintain it. There should not be cuts and patches all over the pitch, which is what they were. I think that's a championship quality
I'd
maintenance
say
team,
lower than that. I'd honestly say lower than that, because if you look at some of the championship sides, like even some of the League Two sides have got better pitches than that. Like I say, I think our local bloody park's got a better pitch than that, and I think it's got stones in the goalkeeper's area.
Yeah. That's what happened to Martinez. That's what we did. That's why Martinez had to have painkillers.
Yeah, that's it.
There was rocks in the 6-yard box. Anyway, moving on now just to the preview for the next game, which is next Wednesday against Sheffield United. It's an early game. It's at 6:00.
Yeah, that's good.
It is good, but if you're working, you've got to rush back home quickly and watch it. What are you thinking for your Sheffield United game? Name me your starting 11. Bear in mind, we've also got a game against maybe Everton or Tottenham on that weekend.
On the weekend. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's
3 or 4
Wednesday,
days
isn't it? So, right, I'm going Martinez in goal if he's fit, obviously. I take it Cash is still out, isn't he?
I think he's still out, yeah.
Yeah, so El Mohammadi, Konsa, Mings, Target. And then with Sheffield United, they play the same way as Leeds do. They're quite fast-paced and they play on the counter-attack a lot. So I'm going to stick with Nakamba in the middle. I'm going to play McGinn and Sanson. I'm going to give Sanson a start, personally. And then I'll probably play we saying Grealish is fit or not?
I would say he is fit.
Okay, so then we're going Grealish on the left, Watkins in the middle, and El Ghazi on the right.
Okay, well, you're wrong. I differ from you again. Martinez in goal, back four the same because we need a solid back four. And we haven't really got any replacements. Engels and House are still injured.
Engels was on the bench today.
Yeah, but he's not quite fully fit.
No.
You don't want to give him a start. And Taylor might as well not be on the bench.
Oh,
and then
God.
I'll go for a 4-3-3 as well. And because we've got a game of the weekend, and it's against Sheffield United, who are bottom of the table, I would play Louise because I think we'll have a lot more of the ball. And Louise is better when we got more possession of spreading your play out wide. I'd go with Sanson, as you did, and maybe even Ramsey in McGinn's role. Freshen up, because McGinn has been tired now for weeks. I think we need to give McGinn a rest. If Smith really wants to, play Barkley at number 10 and have Louise and Sanson. If he's desperate to play Barkley, give him a bit of confidence maybe against a weaker team where he could pick up a couple goals or assists. I would not play Grealish either. We want him perfectly fit from now on. We can't. I don't think it's worth risking another injury or worsening his injury against Sheffield United. I say this will lose 4-0. And then I'd go El Ghazi on the left, Traore on the right, and then Watkins up front.
Yeah, fair enough then. We'll wait and see what Dean Smith does. I think Dean Smith will probably go for the same starting 11 today, but maybe put Barkley on instead of
Ramsey.
instead of McGinn. He might give McGinn a rest and play Barkley at 10 and play Ramsey and Nakamba behind him. Maybe.
Yeah, I think it's important to give. I think it's important. To give McGinn a rest.
When you said that, I did. I ate my words, but I do think that McGinn definitely needs a rest. You think about it though, he came back from an injury and he's played every minute near enough of every game since he came back from injury. So he does definitely, he definitely needs a rest. I do agree with you there.
Okay, so final one: score prediction for Sheffield United.
Score prediction for Sheffield United. I'm going Grealish starts, so I'm going 2-1 Villa.
Okay, I'm going a 2-0 win. A bit more comfortable than it has been recently, but nothing crazy. No 6 goals. Yeah. Okay, so thank you for joining me again, Mitchell. I'll see you on Wednesday this time. Everyone, thanks a lot for watching. I will see you on Wednesday evening or Thursday morning. So, see you again soon.
See you later.